What's good, Psycho fam? This be your boy Psycho Blood. What's good, niggas? Today we are going to discuss some FIFA 17 closed beta. In the background, I have gameplay from Gamescom of the 2v2 that you saw from the live stream of EA. In the past previous days, I received my closed beta key, which I was very surprised by, as I seen big YouTubers, streamers on Twitch not get into it, but I feel like the key is probably given out randomly rather than popularity wise. So that's probably the reason why. It could be on playtime as well. Who knows? But I always wanted to do a review on this, but I didn't want to do a review straight out of the gate where I play a game, do a review, or I play an hour, do a review, or I play for a day. I wanted to play multiple days, just in case if it was just a one-time thing, so I can get a rhythm of it. But okay, this is actually in the game. It's not just luck or anything like that. So I wanted to talk about mainly about pro clubs. I love Ultimate Team, but I'm not very good at it, so I don't want to give a review on something I'm not very good at. Pro clubs is a different issue. I'm actually very good at pro clubs. I'm very good with just a single player rather than a whole team. I don't understand why, but yeah. I want to discuss about the issue of EA kind to going away from pro clubs, as I understand that Ultimate Team makes most of the money for FIFA. But they did a good thing by, they did a lot of updates and stuff like that, which is very good. Very good. But anyways, let's get into it. I just want to talk about the pros and cons of pro clubs. Right? This is mainly just the pros and cons of pro clubs only. Nothing about Ultimate Team, nothing about that. Just pro clubs. Alright? So the first thing I want to discuss was the 60 overall rated players and the drop-in matches, they actually play like 60 overall players. In FIFA 16, the goalie was amazing. The AI goalie was amazing. The AI defense was incredible, and they were like 60 overall players. And then, but it's like as you went up in divisions, they got better. But even though, like as they were 60s, they didn't really play as 60s. Even like an Ultimate Team, you had a bronze team. If you were good enough, you can beat someone who had a gold team or inform team. But now it actually feels like when you have an actual bronze team, they actually feel like Division 3 bronze. It's incredible. Another thing I want to talk about is through balls. Through balls are amazing compared to FIFA 16. I couldn't tell the difference until I went back to FIFA 16 and I saw, wow, it's just amazing how big difference. FIFA 16, your player is passing it over here to the goalie, to the other goalie, just all over the place. But when you play 17, the ball actually goes where you want it to go, which is incredible. They actually fixed the passing in the game. The skill moves, and the animations is just well done. Well done. The animations were, if they hit it in the box off a corner, the goalie actually turns his back and tries to hit it with one of his hands. The animations on this, thanks to Frostbite, is incredible. Another thing I want to talk about is, it's a whole new different thing, is the trait wheel. And what this is kind of like the upgrade meter, where it's depends on how you look at it. Alright, so it depends on if it's good or bad. So the upgrade meter is a whole wheel where it tells you about all your different traits of your stamina, everything, your strength, your shooting, your passing, just like how it was in FIFA 16 and all the other pro clubs. Is this different how it's now based on a meter instead of an actually stat? But we'll go into it more as it goes on. The stats show a lot more than FIFA 16. When you actually pop up the stats in the bottom left corner of your intro screen, it actually shows you detail by detail in games as a forward, as a midfielder, as a defender, or a goalie, and so on. It actually tells you very specific stats, and it's incredible. Another thing I want to talk about was customizing jerseys for your club. This has to be the best feature that they brought to pro clubs, as everyone's been waiting for this. Putting your badges, your logo, everything on the kit, and as well as your team and your club. This isn't gonna change it, but the only thing is we might, it depending on like how far customization they're gonna go into. As for now, it's just decal and such like that. But are they gonna let us upload our own things like off the internet, off of Google? And now if they do that, they have to just watch out, as They can insert, dick pictures, anything that's rated R, which they need to censor that, of course, and need to warn. But I don't know if they're gonna go that much into customization in the jerseys and the kits. But I think for now they're just gonna stay with the decals only. The biggest pro, I believe, in the pro clubs was the indicator of who calls for the ball, as well as the through ball, and who indicates who is who, and as well who is you. So what I mean by that is, there in FIFA 16, there will be these little arrows, red, green, blue, yellow, purple, pink, depending on who's who on your team. And as well as a little indicator we barely can see on who is the actual player on the other team. So you couldn't really tell who is who on the other team. You couldn't really tell, is that an actual player or is that a computer? Because sometimes it would go in and out, kind of like blurry in FIFA 16. But now the arrow is huge. You're not gonna miss it. On the other team it's white. On your team it actually goes by the colors: green, red, blue, and whatever, yellow, orange, pink. So this is actually amazing. And on you have an actual big star, so you never get lost of who you are. I feel like this is the biggest improvement, which I really love. Now let's get into the cons. Alright. So the biggest con is, for me, is the fact that I don't know if it's just, because remember, this is just a beta, closed beta. It's not official. Nothing's official, so this is just how I feel about the beta. Because this is not the final edition. This is not finished. It could go on and on. So I couldn't be able to transfer my player from FIFA 16, but in FIFA 16 I was able to transfer my player from FIFA 15. And I thought maybe I could do the same. Maybe it's gonna let me do that when the game actually comes out, but for now, hopefully they actually still have that implemented in the game. As well as I was talking about the 60 overall rated players, as they are 60 overall players, the AI is horrible in pro clubs. They need to scale the drop-in matches by people's overall. So if everyone's like, let's say, because right now I'm like an 83 overall pro clubs, if everyone is 83, or let's say 80s, the computer players, AI, should be able to scale. So let's say they'll be like 75 or something, because if they're still 60 and the goalie's always 59 rated overall, meaning that it's very easy to score goals on him because he's 59 rated overall. But they should do the drop-in matches where it's scaled on the teams, get all their overalls, scale it, and make the AI whatever the overall is of average. So let's say you have 5 players averaging about total 72 overall, then their team the AI should be 72 overall. And on the other side, if their scale is about 75, then make their overall. Now it may be unbalanced, but they have better actually players than compared to the other team, which makes it a fair drop-in match. Because if you have one team that's 70 overall with 60 and below AIs compared to a 85 overall with 60 and under, the 85 overall on the other team is going to dominate because the AI can't catch up to that. So hopefully they have a scale meter and drop in. Hopefully they fix that, but we'll see. Also, another thing is, I'm not sure on this, but I was reading about it. The upgrading is dependent on rating and not stats or achievement, which is big, because if your rating is like a 5 every game, your stats is not going to go up very high. Whereas achievements, you score 3 goals, you get a boost, you get +1 boost in shooting. Whereas this, if you stay, you get a high grade, 8.0, 9.0, your grade goes up as well as your stats. So there's that as well. Also, another thing I want to discuss is the customization. And about that is, I don't know about the players look amazing, of course, on Frostbite, but maybe they could like make new stuff. I feel like always the same stuff is in there, like as well as just the skin color, the facial structure, and stuff like that. But I was thinking maybe they could do something like face scans. Now I heard that you can do something like that, but I didn't really look into that. But let me know in the comments if there is something like that. As well as maybe you could get some dye in your hair or some designs. Maybe get some Pogba hair. You know, like that's not. Maybe it is difficult to process in that, but that would be amazing if you have some designs just like Pogba, where he has the nationality flag on your back of your head or something like that. And as well as I want to discuss how I understand NEYMAR is his last name is not actually Neymar, but they need to get him in the commentary name, because his name's not ever in there. And I understand there's other players probably not in there where their actual name is not actually their name, just like Neymar. But yeah, they should really look into that. And the last con I really want to go into is the personality. I feel like the free kick style and the penalty kick style is always the same thing every year. They don't really change it. It's always the same thing. Instead of me looking either like Ronaldo or just looking normal, I want to have some other, so maybe some facial expressions before he does a free kick. Maybe I can customize that, what he does, or maybe like a ritual or something like that. It would be amazing. But that's it for now. That's my pros and cons. If you have any other suggestions you want me to go over in the game, I can go over Ultimate Team. I can make a video about that. Drop it in the comments. Remember, this is my opinions only. So if I'm wrong about something, let me know. Alright? I will make another video and I will explain how I'm wrong and explain you're right. I will give you credit. Alright? So thank you for watching. Drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, this is just closed beta, so therefore anything can change in the future. Anything it's not finalized right now, but I'm just saying the problems and the good things about the game. So hopefully it all comes out good when the game comes out. I'm still gonna play it right now as I'm done with this video. Maybe even make another video about it, but we'll see. If you guys drop enough love, I will. But I'll see you guys next time. Peace.